Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Peace. Welcome to another episode of Disabled is Able. We coming off a short week, 2 week slide vacation, relaxation.
Yeah, well,
not a lot happened, and I'm pretty sure Fredy
really
needed
relaxing,
it.
not gonna lie.
Fredy needed it for school, but we are back ready to break down the latest in sports, music, culture, movies, etc., etc. How we doing, fellas?
Yes, we're doing good.
Got Fredy in the building.
Let me start this off.
Ready to get this thing popping.
My senior paper is done.
Senior paper is done.
It was due Friday. I submitted that.
Nice.
My presentation is in a week from Friday. So
Okay.
in a week, Eli's gonna pull up.
Yes.
We're gonna record that, show
Yes.
that. You know, because I'm talking about disabled is able essentially.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
And a scientific
breakdown.
of CP and how we use these animal models to help treat humans in the future and currently.
I like it.
Yep.
One thing about Fredy is very detailed in his studies, so I'm pretty sure the presentation will be magnificent.
Yeah, you know, the outfit is already on point. I already got that down pat. So.
Okay, yeah, gotta look good.
Gotta look good.
Gotta look good.
Yeah.
You know, I could be an extra couple of bits. Like, you know what? I was gonna give him a 90. Now I'm gonna give him a 95.
95, you know?
Because he looks sharp. He looks like he's ready to, play that position.
Yeah. So.
Okay, and with that being said, fellas, let's get this thing started.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Breaking news in the Major League Baseball. The talks have cut off, and now the regular season will be affected. Right. Tonight was sort of like the deadline, as if they could start the season on time. But I don't know what all of this, the negotiating points are for me. What are some of them?
So, breaking news, the commissioner, Rob Manfred, he announced that some regular season games will be canceled after the Player Association cannot agree on a deal with the MLB. And it was a unanimous vote. It's not like
wow.
It was a unanimous vote throughout all the players involved in the voting process. Unanimously, they did not agree. And I think this was it should have been happened earlier. Not gonna lie, COVID kind of like stopped it from happening. And because even the years prior, like a lot of players would complain about pay. I'm not talking about like the big dogs. I'm talking about like the AAA people.
Yeah, and that was the point I was going to make, because it seems like the owners don't want to play or fund AAA. Yeah. And AAA is important because that's the future of your league.
Right.
Yeah.
So I agree that's a bad sticking point.
That's like scouting for NFL or NBA.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's like the combine for you guys.
Right.
So it's just an extensive version of the combine.
Absolutely.
So I think personally, the owners are putting more pressure on the players. Like, hey, you're not doing your job to make this league popular. You're not in the social media. You're not, and some guys it's just, that's their personality. That's the way they roll. They're not really like that. Mm-hmm. But some guys are capable of doing that. And I do give that side to the owners, where like the players aren't doing their role in that aspect. But in terms of like the owners, they're hanging on to that.
Gotcha. And I'm also hearing that there's an issue with the owners want to add a seventh team, like 17 playoffs, 7 playoff teams.
so like with the NFL.
So like a play-in.
Yeah, and the players want to keep it at 6 to keep it competitive. You know, you don't. It's a very thin line between keeping it competitive and watering down the sport.
Would it be like the number one seed in the bye week?
Yes.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, and the other seeds playing.
Because we already have that with the wild card game.
Right. They basically, Because the wild card game is for whichever team that punch their ticket in.
Right. Well, all I know is I don't know if that's going to be the format, but they want some extra teams.
I heard.
And you don't want to water down the sport.
The commissioner wants a time clock for the pitchers.
Yes, that's an issue because if I'm stealing bases, I know he has to either come home with it speeds everything. I like it because baseball is slow. Right. I don't think you should be there doing this.
Yeah, because even with the pitching change, if you
step off the
mound. If you remember,
right.
Last year, they put that rule where a pitcher, they have to throw it to 3 people before you could substitute them.
Right.
Yeah.
That made it a little faster.
And I like the no overtime rule, which is if it goes into
it goes to second base.
You got to go to second base and then.
I like that too. That's kind of like in college where we get the ball at the 25.
I think in order to speed up the game, itself in the fundamentals, just shorten the season. Shorten the season first, and then we could talk about, this is what we could do in the game to make it faster.
And I think the players should just have more fun. Because I like players who show personality.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what the owners are holding on to from the player standpoint, revenue is up.
Right, and we need to get more of that.
Yeah, in terms of TV deals and all that stuff. But the owners are not really, because our fans, the attendance is down, all the other stuff is down. But it's because the season is so long.
Right. What about some of the players were complaining about the baseballs?
Yeah, the material of the baseball is apparently an issue.
Because they were saying the velocity of the baseballs are going a lot further, or
that has to do with the weight of the
cork in the ball.
No, not the weight. That's wrong. That's wrong in physics. The mass of the actual ball and the material is made out.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna. Not by Thursday either, because they said the negotiations reopen by Thursday. This is going to take a couple months.
Yeah, but then you're going to get your shortened season this year.
Right. Or no season at all.
I think
I'm not going to lie. If we have no season, I wouldn't be mad at that. Just for the simple fact of we need to correct baseball now before it goes away. It will go away in terms of football still going to always be here because it's every Sunday. Right. It's an American tradition thing.
Right.
And the Super Bowl is always a thing. Basketball has maintained its stardom. Right. Even hockey and golf and all of these other sports, they've made it.
And baseball is falling behind.
Baseball's falling behind.
Yeah.
Even tennis. I be watching some tennis games. I don't even know who's playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have Derek Jeter, who resigned from the position of CEO of the Marlins. He basically said that the vision that he thought they were going to have, they no longer have, which means he's probably trying to win, and they probably just trying to put people in the seats and not win. And Derek Jeter he's very competitive.
Yeah, and it's Miami.
Yeah, and it's Miami, which is more of a football town
and a basketball town.
Then a basketball, and then baseball. But you still have an audience there.
Yeah, it's not they haven't won. They've won 2 World Series.
Right.
So, if baseball is prevalent and everybody, all the little kids play baseball down in Florida. That's a thing.
Yes.
Right.
So, I don't understand as to why he resigned, because essentially you made these decisions to make it go
I think
into that direction.
When he sat in with the other collective owners, they promised some things. And they're not delivering.
Right.
And Derek is very competitive.
Because I know he still owns his share in the team.
Oh, yeah, but he's just stepping
down from
CEO,
the position.
From the position of the day-to-day operations,
Which is disappointing because Miami, the COVID season, they were really good. And then this year, they were supposed to improve on that, actually win a few games in the and make it to the playoffs again, but they did it. They kind of just stayed stagnant.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I thought he was always going to be a part of the Yankees CEO.
Well, the Yankees structure is it's a family business.
Yeah.
Right.
And so because it's a family business, it's sort of like the Lakers. Right. The Lakers are not going to give it's Genie Bus.
Right. Yeah. The only one that was able to do that is Magic Johnson.
Right, because he's like that.
Right. Right.
So, but Jeter, the most he could get is like a adversary to the players type of role,
Yes.
where like he comes in, chats a little bit, and then leaves.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Able
Let's get right to it, man.
podcast.
Memphis Grizzlies, and Ja Morant. You should be afraid. You should be very afraid. Let's just talk about last night's game. Did you see the dunk?
I did.
Yeah,
Dunk of
that
the
was
year.
it. Yeah.
Dunk of the year?
He has block of the year and dunk of the year.
Well, I'm gonna put.
Oh, he definitely has.
I'm
the
gonna
block
put
of the year.
Russell Westbrook in the dunk of the year just because that dunk was amazing, dude.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah,
I know.
like Rudy Gobert is a name,
But
the
yeah,
other
not winning.
dude, I don't even know who the hell he
Yeah,
is.
but-
not winning.
But he just kept elevating and elevating. He's 6'1", maybe 6'2", guys.
Yeah.
You can't continue to play like that over the course of a long career.
Oh, no.
But the way the league is structured now, he could do it a little longer because that begins to put a toll on. We've seen Derrick Rose,
We've seen
Westbrook, we've seen other
Yeah.
ones who start off with that level of
But, like,
athleticism.
he
But I
can
have to
really shoot,
admit,
though.
He's
he
gonna
is
have to.
exciting.
He is exciting. He's gonna have to change his game eventually because you already see now that athleticism is starting to hurt him.
Yeah, he's been injured a lot.
He's
And
been-
even if when he avoids injury, it looks scary.
Right.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna have to develop a jump shot.
No,
He has
he's
one.
shooting jumpers from 3-point.
He
range.
made one.
No, he didn't
three-pointer.
just make one.
Nah, bro.
They just showed you the highlights, but he was out there balling. 52, he hit him with 52,
No, 52
points.
52 points is impressive.
And he had 46 the game before that in Chicago.
He's
Yeah.
the first player since Allen Iverson to have 245 consecutive games back to back.
Yes. And that team believes in him. I still think they're one dominant scorer away.
Who would that not score?
Like a DeMar type.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is in the playoffs, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take away your best option.
Right. Or
Your second or third option has to be.
Is the role players that really stepped up last year?
Yeah, but can they fill that void
Right.
when we send 2 and 3? See, when you send 2 and 3 at Steph, he throws it over to Clay.
and Draymond.
And at one point he had Kevin Durant. So it was literally impossible. So now they have to get another sniper just to kind of balance him. I don't think they have it this year. So this is why I
They
think
have Baines.
I'm not. I've never even heard of Baines before this
Isn't that
year.
the center?
No, Baines is the 3-point shooter.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, which means
They have Jackson.
no. He can
Jaren
play,
Jackson can play.
but he's not going to give me 25 and 12.
Valanciunas is not
Right.
gonna give me 20.
Right.
So he's going to need another scorer.
No. They got
They got Brooks.
They got Adams.
They got Adams.
Instead of
Oh, okay, yeah, they got Adam.
And you know he's not going to give you a lot of
Yeah,
points. He's going to
give you the
defend.
fan, give you the
Like,
rebound.
Yeah, he does
Rebounds.
need a co-star.
They have Brooks though.
But he hasn't
Brooks
been
is just
playing
like his
all
number
year.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's
but-
been hurt.
But he plays defense well.
Jones is yeah, okay, yeah.
It's a lot of like. It reminds me of the beginnings of the Memphis Grizzlies with Mike Conley, Zach,
Yes,
Randolph,
yes.
Zach Randolph, Marcus Gasol.
Marcus
Except I put
except
this team
without-
2 years ahead of the schedule.
Right.
I thought
Yeah.
next year they would go one step, and then the year after that you'd have to watch. But John Morant is on his own time.
Yeah.
And he has decided.
I think, is it safe to say he's our modern day version of Allen Iverson? Like, is that too like aggressive?
I'm going to have
Or
to
Derrick
consider
Rose.
that.
Or Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
We can say he's our modern version of
Derrick in his prime?
Of Derrick Rose. In
No, but the reason why I don't say Derrick Rose is because Derrick Rose was still technically in our prime, like in our time. I'm talking about Yumi.
Oh, okay,
You know what I mean? That's why I don't consider
He doesn't have
like
the
he's still
handle
playing.
of Allen Iverson, but he has the athleticism.
Yeah.
And Allen couldn't do those
That's
dunks.
interesting.
Allen couldn't do
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
shouldn't do that.
So this is a kid playing above him.
He's
and
just like
afraid,
a taller Allen.
And he's afraid of no one.
Yeah, no.
But me and you had a conversation. Is this Greg Oden and Kevin Durant draft
Yes.
all over again?
Yes.
Meaning Zion,
Oh.
and then the second pick behind Greg Oden was Kevin Durant.
Wow.
And, you know, now we have the Zion situation.
Y'all got to think about that.
Yeah, but at least, okay, I'm playing a little devil advocate. At least Zion showed flashes of greatness.
So did Greg Oden when he
did?
first came.
Yeah, he
he
did.
did.
He did.
He was
I
a
didn't know
big
that.
man who.
I didn't know that.
But and that to me, that was in the era when you
had
took
to
a
have
big man first
and you had to have a big to win the
to compete,
championship.
right? And they took him and they
And
didn't
when Brandon
have-
Roy And then they drafted
Banner
Yeah.
Boy was fire.
Yes.
It was perfect because if that team had stayed healthy with Greg Oden and Brandon Roy,
And they had Aldridge on that team.
and then they
They did. That was young Aldridge.
Yeah.
and then they drafted a Dame Dollar
Right.
as a point.
Yeah.
They would have been champions.
Yeah. So we're gonna give
That's a
Zion
lot.
one more year
Yeah.
because he might be playing possum to get to the
To get
Knicks.
to-
I think he is.
I think he is too.
But I still agree that this is the draft of the 2007 Kevin Durant because and it's too late for me to even give Zion hope only because Josh has such a leap over him now.
Yeah, but as a big man, he playing in the New York market. If he come in New York and give you 25 and 12
That's
and
good
4
enough.
assists, he will own the city.
That's true.
Kevin Durant
Because Julius
Randle
Randle was doing that, and it was like he was owning the city for like a year.
Right.
So
Right.
And
Jeremy Lin did that.
And can you imagine? I mean, come on, Julius Randle. Come on. Zion. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. So, yeah.
I mean, that is. I agree with that comparison. Do you guys also agree with what JJ Redick? Did you guys hear what JJ Redick had to say about Zion?
Yeah, that he's a
He was-
detached kind
He
of.
was attached.
But you got to remember, he's 21 years old.
And I think he's doing that purposely.
He comes from a small, town in
His
South
family
Carolina.
does not want him to be.
They don't.
They wanted. I'm telling you, us as New York
We
fans,
couldn't believe we didn't get him.
I
and-
wanted him
and-
so bad.
and
I didn't
Zion-
want RJ because I knew he was going to take RJ.
Zion himself looked at that board and was like, They don't have. I'm not gonna be a Knick.
And what did he say after his last game at the Garden? This is my favorite place to play.
Right.
Other than, then he tried to clean up, other than New Orleans, of course. He's like, man, here. So he was already letting you know
Yeah.
he's coming to the Garden.
Okay, even if New Orleans would have picked him, I think the Grizzlies would have picked up Zion.
No.
what I'm saying.
If
Whoever got the number one pick, but we're saying
Like if
the Knicks was
New
jammed at number 3.
They were
Right.
jammed at number 3. Like even if we
They needed
wanted
the
to,
top 2
they needed
picks.
top 2.
Because even if they Pelicans took Zion,
Zion, we would have got Zion. Oh my
Right.
God!
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's just the look of the
now,
ball.
with all credit due, RJ is coming along.
He is.
Yeah.
And
He's coming on. He dropped 40 something. the other day.
This is gonna help him because they're gonna get
He
his
just
man.
needs to go right.
Oh, yeah. He's trying.
Like, he's trying.
But the Knicks are playing it right because they got Cam and RJ. So now we got the pieces that Zion wants.
Yes.
I don't trust the Knicks president and all that.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
They're letting me down now.
No, but
Wesley Rhodes.
Presley has to let us down.
What? No, bro.
And then they gotta
Rose.
fire
Nah, bro.
Thibodeau and bring in Mark
Yeah,
Jackson.
and now they gotta think about. They're thinking about
Mark
firing
Jackson,
Thibodeau.
unfortunately,
Like,
is blackballed.
Yeah, but somebody's got to take a chance. He needs to be coach in New York.
Yep, 1,000%.
I agree, but he's
I don't need
blackballed.
nobody else.
Let's talk Warriors. They're getting back Draymond Green soon.
And why?
And Wiseman.
And
I saw a
Wiseman.
video of Wiseman working out.
According to Bob, he is impressed with both of them,
Okay.
but more specifically Wiseman, which is why he wasn't interested in trading Wiseman for Miles Turner. So, according to Bob, I'm going to take Bob's word for it.
Bob being the owner of the
Or
Warriors.
GM
Yes,
of the
yes.
Warriors. So,
But
I think,
is it Marks? His last name?
no, Joe. Bob is the GM. Joe is the owner.
Oh, okay.
But I do feel the Warriors will get drastically better
Yeah, once
with
we're
Draymond
fully
there.
healthy.
And, then it's going to be a cat fight down to the wire.
We're Jesus Christ. We're 43 and 18. About 8 of those games wouldn't have happened if we had Draymond.
Right.
We'd be
It's still fighting for
50
first
something
place.
and yeah.
still fighting for first place, basically.
Yeah.
And we would have a giant lead over Memphis.
Yes.
To where
Yeah.
it's not so close.
Well, it's still, you and Memphis
I'm not
are
saying
heading.
no. I'm not saying
You're
Memphis
heading for
is
a
not-
collision, whether you 2 or 3.
Right.
It's just gonna boil on the home foot court.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't want Golden State to have to go through Memphis and Phoenix as a home court. As a road team. Yeah. I'm not saying we wasn't gonna avoid Memphis, but I'm saying we would have had at least 6 games.
I like Golden State versus Suns. I just like every time they play, it's just so.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Freddie, have the Lakers hit rock bottom? Fans are booing them.
Yeah.
LeBron is
Okay, first
arguing
of all,
with fans now.
we can never. Lakers fans can never boo LeBron. I will understand. Anybody else is free game.
Okay.
Even Russell is free game. Anybody is free game except LeBron. The man did his job.
Yeah, no, he
the
did.
man brought you a championship in 2 years. Because 2 years before this, the Lakers were terrible.
They was. I will admit. Shame on the Lakers fans for booing LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what that meant? Like, y'all booed him, and in the fourth quarter, he gives you like 20.
Yeah,
just because you booed him.
But I want some Mountain Dew. I want some money because I shouldn't place a bet. Because that little experiment.
Listen, bro, we still got time. I mean, they could go in the play-in.
Y'all don't have time.
They could go in the play-in.
Y'all don't have time.
They could go in the play-in.
Well, the play-in is inevitable.
I don't think
and win.
even if y'all do go in the play-in.
Because trust me, bro. You're telling me, hold on. Let's say they get the AFC, hypothetically speaking. Lakers, Suns, AFC. You're telling me LeBron James and Anthony Davis are going to be competitive enough and probably win that.
If they're healthy.
If they're healthy at the right time.
But you looked at this squad last night and the 2 nights ago.
Terrible.
They're terrible. I know that.
Can they even make it out of the play-in?
Because the play-in is only one game.
That's true. LeBron
can muster up and give me that game.
Right.
And then looking at Phoenix in front of them, that would be sweet revenge.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have
and
nothing
then
to
if
lose.
they beat Phoenix, all bets is off.
Yes, exactly.
Because then it's like, okay, now because the playoff, everybody go back to 0-0.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's about of can you beat me 4 out of 7?
Right.
Yeah, and I think LeBron and AD, considering like he's healthy and he is the dominant AD, we can possibly knock off Phoenix. Now the odds of that happening are really low.
But it can't
really
happen.
low. But it can happen because it's playoff LeBron. He's a different animal. You know this. We all
What
know.
about Westbrook?
I don't know. Don't ask me because I don't even have an answer for you.
But we'll find
And
out.
I think the solution
So did
LeBron.
So the solution to the Lakers, they need a playmaker. They need an orchestra.
Well, they just got DJ Augustine.
I think that might help.
Might help a little bit, you know.
Like we need like a Rondo. Why we got rid of Rondo?
Well,
Rondo could organize a floor. Like we need an organizer. We need like a floor.
I should have gone
general.
after Dragic.
no,
He
his
didn't want to
mind
go
was
there,
already
bro. He
set
was trying to.
go to Brooklyn.
He got to win a chip. And then he has a relationship
And Brooklyn
with.
has their own issues.
Yeah.
Denver's getting back.
Sorry, guy. We'll talk about it after.
Denver's getting back Porter and Murray, perhaps in time for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
I think that's going to be scary.
That's gonna be scary. Yeah.
I'm not
But
sure
I don't
Murray
think
should come
It's
back.
gonna mess
don't
up the
think-
flow.
I don't think
Yeah.
Murray should come back.
But the flow runs through Jokic.
Yeah, but
He is the flow.
But that is because Murray hasn't been there for like a year and a half.
So,
like
so I
almost
don't
2
think
years.
there's going to be a chemistry issue because
No,
the big
no.
man is going to. But I'm not sure if
I don't
I'm
think-
Murray. I
But
come
who
back.
is the like? If Murray comes back and Jokic is Jokic,
Well, he's always been
Who is the
Jokic. He
team?
won the MVP with Murray.
And Jokic, I mean, if Murray can give you 22 to 23 points,
and
it's
Porter
what
can grab
the
some
question
rebounds.
would be: what Murray are we gonna get? If we get
right?
like bubble
You're not
Murray,
going to get that.
we're not
No,
getting that.
they're
We're
not getting
getting
that until
If
next
we
year.
get like half of that, then
Does
it's
that
worth
improve
it.
it? Yeah. And but they're going to be a tough out if they get them pieces.
Okay, right now, skipping this segment real quick, because you just went back to. I'm going back to Brooklyn. Wasn't you super confident in Brooklyn?
No, I'm super. I am.
Give the crowd your.
I'm on.
your thesis.
Listen, I'm super confident under one condition: if they're healthy. If they're healthy, Brooklyn is going to win the championship.
He has Brooklyn win
I
the
think
championship.
Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving match Joel Embiid and James Harden. They all cancel each other
1000%.
out.
Yeah,
and then we got the extra shooting with
Steph Curry,
Patty Mills.
And Andre Drummond's been big. He's been
Andre
big. He blocked
Iguodala gives them a big in the middle.
Drummond.
And if Ben Simmons is Ben
He's the
Simmons.
X factor. He's the horse. He's
Because
the dark
remember,
horse.
he can shut down the top player on the other team or at least slow them down. Remember, Brooklyn almost beat Milwaukee last year.
right?
If 1 foot ain't on the line, so that's the health is the key.
Right.
If they healthy. If they don't get healthy in time,
So you're not worried about
because they're not worried about their seeding either. They're
They
hoping
just beat Milwaukee without Kevin.
dude, Chicago. They're hoping Chicago wins because people figure if Chicago get the number 1 seed, we can knock them off.
right.
Now the Miami Brooklyn series for the first round. See, you don't want to be rewarded in the first round to see the Lakers or Brooklyn.
1,000%.
Right.
What kind of first round matchup is this?
Yeah.
We have worked our ass off. Excuse me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
French. We've worked our butts off to get the number 1 seed, and I got to look at LeBron James or Kevin Durant like, hey, everybody's 0-0 now. We don't care what you did in the regular season.
Just don't mess up. And then the turnovers, you think LeBron going to give you 7, he going to give you 0. Westbrook, he not going to give you 7, he probably going to give you like 3.
So it becomes an issue.
Because he like the atmosphere is different. They care more now. It's serious.
And remember the
That
playoffs.
thing was bugging.
No, the playoffs is more of a controlled environment.
Okay.
So when I give the ball to LeBron,
I agree.
we say, don't give the ball to Westbrook in the fourth quarter. Give me the ball. It's win time. So look out for those things.
But I feel like I agree with everything you said about Brooklyn. So Brooklyn does definitely scare me. You're not worried about their seeding then?
No.
Like them losing a couple
no.
games.
I mean, their seeding is
Cause I
going to
feel
be.
like they do need to get on.
And honestly, their seeding,
Their seeding is going to be what it's going to be.
they would want to be an away seed because of Kyrie on a game
I
7.
explained that to him as well.
Yeah, he did. And it was
If
scary.
that's if the mandate don't go through,
It's scary.
you get Kyrie in a game 7 every series.
Every series, yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
So just positioning certain
Because
teams you don't have to worry about
I watched
seeding.
that Bucks Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and it looked like the Bucks were going to take
And I don't know if they're going to get Joe Harris back, but if they do,
Then that's bullshit.
that's more
it.
true.
Yeah, that's more shooting.
floor spacing.
Kevin, Kyrie.
It's all about Ben Simmons
Right.
because
Which
he
one
has
are we going to get? Which been
he has the ability to say you average 30 a game, now you average 17 tonight.
Right. But are you going to have...
All defensive.
What about if you have
you
a
know.
moment where he's under the basket and...
Well, with that much shooting around
him
him,
the- go the
Brooklyn
ball
is the
away.
perfect team. He don't. We don't. They can
Cut-
tell him, listen, be Dennis Rodman like. We don't
Yeah.
need you to ever shoot
Right.
Don't shoot.
unless it's a dunk.
If you in a layup, Kevin is going to scream, layup.
Right.
Right.
But we don't need you to give us 17.
Right.
No. Don't even put that in your mindset. If you ever watch Dennis Rodman play, he grabbed the rebound, he
Kick
threw it to
out,
Mike.
Yeah.
20 rebounds, kick it to Mike. He didn't
And
try
then he
to
got like
dribble.
6-7 points that
Yeah,
were
he
like
would get
crucial.
8 points, but he had 4 points and 23 rebounds, and shut somebody down,
Right.
and got a tech for pissing somebody off.
Right.
That's a good night's work.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Now Ben Simmons is not that nasty yet,
Right.
Yeah.
but if he just focuses on
His job, yeah.
shut somebody down, run the break,
Yeah.
Yeah.
assist because he
And
always
in
going
the
to give you
fourth
the
quarter,
assist.
they taking him out the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Because they're going to hack him.
and they don't even have to take him out. I got Kyrie Irving,
But if you are
Seth
about 20,
Curry.
that hacking thing ain't gonna work.
Listen, I got Kyrie Irving, Seth Curry,
Patty Mills.
and Durant out there.
Yeah.
We got
And
plenty
that's
of
your
shooting.
small ball.
And that's small ball. You throw Drummond gonna give you 20 rebounds.
Right.
On any given night. By accident.
Right.
He's so big. Yo, there's a guy named Moses Malone that used to play.
Yeah.
Like back in the days.
In the Giants.
He didn't jump that high. He just was so big and had so much girth. He would get 15 rebounds just because.
Right.
Charles Barkley,
Charlie Buckley.
6'5", the round mound
Yeah.
of rebound. He was more athletic,
Right.
but these rebounds, bro.
Yeah, and
Rebounding is a science.
He blocked Giannis in that last play against.
I sent you the highlights of Charles. My
You
Lord.
did. You did.
Gotta
You
watch
did.
that.
Yeah. You did.
Chris Paul out 6 to 8 weeks.
Ooh, that's
With
This
the
is
thumb
gonna.
injury.
This is only gonna hurt Phoenix against tough competitive teams.
Right.
Meaning teams below 500, they'll be fine. I'm not
Yeah.
worried.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
But like-
honestly,
but like-
this is probably a good thing. Not the injury.
Because
it's like
of
good thing
the
about
rest.
the rest of it
But
now.
if it's 8 weeks, that's sort of a problem because that brings you back around the first round.
And then if
And
you
guess
like
if you got to face the Lakers and you're just coming off that injury,
and he already admitted in a podcast with Jay
We did it right here.
it was tough to go to score against them.
yeah. So you
He had
already
a psychological breakdown.
Yeah, because that's your
of scoring
hand.
against who?
LeBron and the
LeBron,
Lakers.
because that's your hand.
Yeah.
Like it feels like you can't even like. Will I be able to feel anything?
Now, if it's 6 weeks and he gets 2 weeks under his belt,
Right.
So all of those things matter. Chicago is now 2-12 against teams.
2-13 because they just
2-13 against
They
teams
just lost to Miami.
above 600. But remember, they missing Caruso
And Lonzo Ball might
not come back. Those are when they put that team together and they was rolling. You said, "Wow, they got a ball handler. They got Caruso who can stop people.
Right.
You got Levine and DeRozan handling your scoring, and you got the big in the middle. Now they got Tristan Thompson in the middle. I think that was a great pickup. He's a championship caliber. Now he can't score points, but he can play pick and roll, and he can switch out on three-point shooters. So that's going to be a problem because they can't beat nobody worth anything.
Yeah, and I think in a 7-game series, it will be a tough out.
And if it's against Brooklyn, they not getting out of Brooklyn.
Yeah, right. I agree. I would give Brooklyn the edge completely.
I would purposely actually take and give Philly the number 2 seed.
Well, you'll see
Well,
teams.
that's if we're assuming Brooklyn's going to stay at the 7.
But you will see teams do this. But I would like to see that as a first round matchup.
Philly and
Brooklyn and Philly.
Yeah.
Can you know what the ratings would be
that would
like?
be insane.
Oh my God, that would be something. Anywho,
Because I know there might be beef between James Durant and
there's
Kyrie.
gonna be beef.
There's definitely beef.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So we have in culture. I've been watching the Kanye West documentary. Eli's not impressed.
Yes, I am
But me and Fredy are.
thoroughly impressed.
my only problem with it was first of all, I already know everything about Kanye because there was no new. Besides, I did like the moments with his mom.
Okay.
Thought that was the purest of Kanye before we got to Kanye that we have.
But did you know he all them doors were shutting on him?
Yes, I knew all that.
Okay. All right.
The only thing was I just got a little impatient because it was taking too long to get to the point. I thought the first episode, cool. Got all the doors shut on him. Bet, okay, I get it. I'm in the second episode. We're still doing this.
But every story has a beginning,
Now, granted, I did
middle,
find
and an end.
Yeah. But I thought the middle part would be like, okay, now we on his third album,
You're gonna get
which I thought the middle part would be we would get the first 3 albums, right? Because we're pretty much going to get his glory and his glory days in the third sequel, which is coming out tomorrow.
not just his glory days. The things he said about George Bush, the turbulent relationship, the things Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna get
Right.
They're probably gonna start it with the passing of his mother,
Right.
and then turmoil after that.
Right.
So then you're gonna see him spiral out of control based on that.
I didn't have enough time to finish the whole second.
Okay, watch the whole second half because it is going to make sense for you.
It's gonna make sense. What really impressed me,
And it was, let me clarify, it wasn't like he can't rap. I did find that a bit absurd for people to close the door on him because it wasn't like he was
when your
a terrible
production,
rapper.
listen, back in the days, you didn't have producers who rapped. You either produced or DJ'd or did the other one.
Or you rap.
Yeah, so if you came in the industry as a producer,
he was a hybrid.
That's what people, that's what people looked at you for.
Right.
Chill with the rapping stuff, homie. Just give me that dope beat.
because then you taking food out their table essentially.
Right.
Essentially, so he was a hybrid, as you say.
And he's not, like he did say in the documentary, he's not a gangster.
Because DJ Premier don't rap. Pete Rock can rap, but not really.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard him on a song or two. All of these, Timberland don't rap.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled don't rap.
I don't even know what the hell DJ Khaled does.
He's an orchestrator.
Yeah, he's an orchestrator. So Kanye became the exception
Of the rule, yeah.
to the rule. And then once they heard him and heard his passion and heard his desire to rap, it became a different story. What'd you like about it?
I enjoyed my favorite segment was the Pharrell listening to Through the Wire.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't know that at all.
Mm.
Like I also like when Luda put his verse on that song because I enjoy that song. I enjoyed visually seeing the slow jams.
How they made that.
They made that because we know the story because he said it on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Mm.
Jamie said it in Joe Rogan's podcast. But like visually seeing it and it like happening for real, was like amazing. And I enjoy, like I agree with you too. Like I enjoy his mother, and I was thinking this in terms of like what is that phrase with the hero?
The villain before that.
Like the
This
hero
was
in
the
the
hero
story.
moment
Yeah,
before
the hero in the story. I was thinking that, and
like it goes like you
the tragic hero.
Yeah, you
the tragic hero. I was thinking
live
that
long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yes.
Right. The Joker scene.
Yes. I was thinking that, like that came to my mind a bunch of times, and then also too, like knowing what Kanye is now compared to like
back then,
what he was and how like quote unquote pure in terms of like his mindset.
Yes.
Yeah. You can see
and,
the shift.
And I saw the shift, and I like it made me realize like how important our parents are.
Yes.
Because like him not having his mother there, like
it tore him down.
It tore him down.
One of I forgot. I believe they went to Chicago to do something. This is before they went to Donda's house, and he had got the door shut on him again. And he was he had beef with one of his boys. With one of his boys, yes.
Yeah.
And then his mother was the one to like
lift him up,
down, like you're great. I heard what you said on the radio, but that's not okay.
Right.
And then also too, in the end of the second episode, Cody, he didn't want him to direct the Jesus Walk video.
Yeah.
He wanted somebody else to do it. He had like the fame
Eli's
was coming.
not there.
The fame was coming to his head, and then his mother showed up, and then he was like, "Oh no, like I think, Cody." Like she recommended Cody, and Cody was like, "Oh, like he scratched everything else," and then he told Cody to like, "Yo, I need you to film this video." So like his mother was very influential.
Yes.
And all of that stuff, and
just saying.
Yeah. So
I'm not saying
just complete the whole series.
And also too, like it's genius to me how like he essentially was vlogging before it was a thing.
Yes.
Right.
And like back then, I'm pretty sure like when you had that big camera, you had to have the tape.
Yes.
Like, you know those tapes you had to
that was
save
the VHS
those?
tapes.
The VHS tapes, all of that stuff, and like he was constantly rolling that camera. You know how many VHS tapes they probably
very
buried?
prophetic.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it was complete garbage or like I didn't dislike it.
I get it.
But
I thought
complete the second one, and then we'll talk.
I thought we was gonna get more too because there's so much.
Because I'm not gonna
He
lie,
did so much in his career.
That's why it's a three-part series.
But I thought by the second one we would get by.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of mad it's a 3-episode thing. I wanted it to be like 10.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Yeah.
Like a 10 hour, like 10.
Because he's worth
hour.
that.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Guys, tell me about Euphoria.
Oh, well,
I don't know. I have not. I'm gonna give that to Eli because
it's not really big. They just they became the second biggest TV show for HBO.
Besides, after Game of Thrones?
After Game of Thrones.
Oh, clap that up.
They passed ballers.
And what's the theme of their stories?
High schoolers on drugs. High school, what you go through high school, depression, anxiety. But like more. Think of 13 Reasons Why, but more
like relatable.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it a little bit more relatable, or like a little bit more?
A little bit more relatable.
Like a little bit more like. Well, from the few episodes that I have watched in the beginning, it's more like gutty. Like it's more like
because HBO.
It's more grit because of HBO.
Because of HBO.
And they was getting about 16.3 million views per episode during the second season. So.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So how does Zendaya do? Because I've heard she was like on and off in terms of her acting performance.
I will say in the second season they don't glamorize her as much because of the other actors. Because she's on a bigger big cast.
The cast is expanded now.
Yeah, a little bit to where you can't just talk about every episode about her. It has to you gotta kind of go into different storylines.
Okay, that makes sense because I know the first season for fact is just
was basically
her.
just her, yeah.
All right, and Russia attacks the Ukraine.
Yeah.
The latest update is they're moving closer to the capital city. So, our wishes go out to those who are affected by this.
Yes.
In any way, shape, form, or fashion. And we hope that this does not lead us into a World War III.
Yep.
It's the last thing we need, right? New York, mask mandates end March 7th. So now if you want to go into an establishment, you don't have to be masked up.
So what are we going to do with all these masks is my question.
Well,
How are we going to
are they still going to actually, first of all, are they still going to actually the vaccine cards?
That I'm not sure about.
Probably,
but they probably will. And last but not least, we got the Batman movie release.
Yeah.
I heard it got good ratings on
Neymar's in there
Tomato.
somehow.
Who?
Neymar. The soccer player.
I don't know how.
He has new cleats with Puma, and they have the Batman logo and everything.
Oh, okay. I'm hearing mixed reviews about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even know this was a thing until I saw the red carpet and the Batman.
Yeah, well, the Rotten Tomatoes gave it a pretty good rating.
What did they give it?
Maybe 99 tomatoes or something.
Okay, so that's great. But some critics like it. There are some things that they like about it.
Well, it's a 3-hour movie, so.
It's probably.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to get some rest.
2 hours.
Well, we're going next Wednesday.
Eternal was like 2.5, and I was sleeping.
Yeah.
I never sleep.
Yeah, but this is like overall. This is what our third Batman installment.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not Spider-Man because
Come
got
on.
about 9 episodes of Spider-Man.
If they drop another Spider-Man with tomorrow, I'm in there.
I don't know what the fascination is.
How you not mad about Spider-Man? How you mad about Spider-Man?
I'm just saying.
But you're not mad about Batman.
Batman.
It's
I grew up
because
on I grew up on all of them, but Batman was my
DC
dude.
doesn't know how to do it right. The last movie they did right was Aquaman.
Okay, all right.
Did you watch
like
Aquaman?
I like The Dark Knight. I like the
No, I'm talking about. I know that. I'm talking about DC in general. DC hasn't done it because I'm like you. I'm waiting for the Flash.
My wife liked Aquaman.
I'm waiting for the Flash.
She did. Okay,
I've been waiting for the Flash since 2018.
Oh, side note, I got bad news. Lisa Bonet and homie, they working it out.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
I heard.
So, ladies,
okay. Just to clarify, he's in love with Lisa Bonet. I'm in love with her daughter.
I'm not in love with Lisa Bonet. I grew up. She was like a kid to me.
Is she older than you?
No.
All right, well, y'all the same age now.
I don't know. I used to watch her on TV. She wasn't my age, was she? Oh, she is? Nah.
Yeah, dude, she's like 2 years older than you.
Oh, I've never really known. She was always like a weird hippie to me, but that's
okay, all right. Well, disclaimer: I am in love with her daughter.
All right, nice.
So
You'll make that happen.
who is in Batman? Who's Catwoman? But I'm saying,
Oh, that's his daughter.
that's her daughter.
In Batman,
No.
the new one?
No, she plays Catwoman in Batman.
The new one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's her.
I didn't know she
Oh,
was.
okay. I didn't know
Oh, I
that.
can see you being in love with that. Okay.
Did you like Ben Affleck as Batman?
No.
Did you see? That's DC's fault.
I like the dude who did it.
I didn't like
Bale.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
That was like
That's
a decade
DC
ago.
fault.
I know, but
It don't matter.
So how do you-
It's like I'm not gonna lie. I love Tom Holland, but I still prefer the first Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire.
Tell me, yeah, 100%. When I saw him there, oh my God, I cried. Like tears came out my
Because
eyes.
my point is, why do you keep bashing Spider-Man but not bashing?
because they got 9
Batman.
Spider-Man.
Okay, they got 3 Batman.
We got like 3, 4.
Okay, it's a big difference.
But again,
9.
it's DC. You can't compare DC and Marvel. It's just like it's a rule.
Anywho, where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Disabled Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for posts when we post, and see you guys next week.
And we'll see
Yes.
you guys next week.
Peace out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands